And we are ready to go here in the second half with Northcote Park leading by 31 points. The umpire comes in now, bounces the ball up. McEwen up against Gay. Ball flick, ground level now. Who's in amongst it? Nolan got it out to Houlihan. Houlihan now breaks away, gets onto the left foot, kicks up line, and Hogan takes the mark. His opponent there, I think it was Ganino, it actually slipped over Shields, in fact, as he chips inside now to the competition leading vote. Of course, competition best and fairest winner, the Frank Rosbrook Trophy medalist, trophy winner, Bronick Davies. Of course, a co-winner with Matty Dennis as Lorenzini now gets the ball, kicks it long to half forward. Trying to fly there was Kelly. Trapak got the handball, the fist at the back as Michael O'Connor just happy to get the ball triple out of bounds.
And Danny Nolan, the leading vote getter for Heidelberg in the Frank Rosbrook Trophy as well.
Danny Nolan won their club best and fairest as well, so good on him. He's had a good season.
From Blair Harvey as well, so the two veterans still playing some sensational football as well now. Ground level, flicked out now. Davies, can he get it through? Crowd one in the back, none giving. Ball now, ground level. Plenty of Northcote Park players here to lay the tackle. Kelly keeps the ball locked inside on Mil Drapak, and we'll have another ball up 40 metres out for Northcote Park's goal. First goal so important here in the third quarter. Comes out to Kelly, quick snap on goal. Mark taken in the goal square, and it's Joey Wunton. Just had the better position against Michael Finn there, and Munton can go back now and make it a 37-point ball game. Those quick snaps, they always advantage the tall forwards who seem to play in front. And
we knew at the start of the day this was going to be a key matchup, and it would happen at some point. And Joey Wunton's won the first battle against Michael Finn, and he pops that one straight through the middle. Northcote Park extend their lead further, and it's getting harder and harder for us to see Heidelberg getting back into the contest.
That was their 9th mark inside 50 for the game for Northcote Park, and I mean, Joey Winton's only had 1 or 2 of those marks inside 50, so I mean, for him to get into the game now, it's only going to be a positive for Northcote Park if they can get him firing.
I guess that's the thing though, you look at it, and we haven't called his name too often, but he still kicked 2 goals. Heidelberg still yet without a multiple goal kicker as well, so if he can finish the game with 2 or 3 next to his name, well, he's obviously going to have at least 2. It is a win despite not having the greatest impact, but he kicks one now, and now the Cougars again with the past 2 goals of the game to extend to a 37-point lead. It's 4-7-31 to 10 goals, 8-68. Ball now back in the middle, bounced up. McEwen up against Gay. Gay just kept the body position there, but Morris flicked it on. Stolen though by Houlihan. Snap on the left boot. Who's attacking the footy? Picked up there. Is that Shields at the bottom of that? Good tackle came from Hogan. Trying to crush his way through there to Borlo, and he can't get through. to Borlo, obviously probably the fittest player out in the ground, you'd say today. Just runs all day and trying to still negate those midfielders in Scanlon and also Davies. Doing a relatively good job as well. Scanlon hasn't had anywhere near the time and space he had last week as a ball now. One outside to Powick. Wrapped up though by Leder. Just got a handball out. Young attacks it, so too Davies. Davies taps it on nicely to Leder. Now Lorenzini. Ball flicks up to him. He can get onto that left boot. Takes a bounce. He's drawn his opponent now. Handball now to Mills. Mills just waits. Got around Powick. Chips inside. Mightn't be a bad kick for Coleman.
Oh, did so well Mills, didn't he?
It was beautiful work, and you called it fantastically there. It was just a little call of good work, but Bronick Davies just got the tap out, enabled Leder to run on. They had the wave running going there. Lorenzini, Mills, and now Coleman can kick his 5th goal in the grand final. He kicked 4, the same amount as Heidelberg at this stage.
Coleman, he's going to be kicking from about 45 metres out. It's a difficult kick. He swings it in the breeze. It's coming back. He's got 5. Coden Coleman's got 5 in the grand final, and Northcote Park are flying away. A 43-point lead opened up early stages second half.
This is just unbelievable. I don't think anyone came to the ground expecting it to be perhaps a one-sided game, but it's 3.5 minutes into the third quarter, and we have a 43-point ball game. We said Heidelberg at halftime needed to get the early goals, and it's Northcote Park full of running early on. The big forwards are kicking goals. We've seen Coleman now kick a 5th. Wunton's kicked another, and they're almost looking unstoppable force at the moment.
Incredible. They've looked like this the last 3 weeks. We were wondering if they could bring it to the big day. They have so far. Let's see if they can hold on. Carter trying to win that one out of the middle of the ground. Delidio tried to get a hand on it. Nice work though by Logie. Goes a left foot kick inside forward 50. McNeese is putting a lot of pressure on his direct opponent there in Young. Good tackle though there on Hogan. And now going inside here, Heidelberg. That's a good kick. And finding the man there over the top in Cosgriff, who can have a shot for his first goal of the day.
It's the one they've thrown forward, really, the swing man now, and can he have an impact up forward? He's got to the space, taken the mark, and now really must kick this goal now, Ben Cosgriff.
I initially thought he would start forward because he could pose threats being the tall option, and he's usually a good lead-up player to the ball, but started in defence, has now moved forward, and he's usually a pretty reliable kick. He's put air in that one. That's one has gone straight through the middle there. Lovely kick there from Benny Cosgriff, and he gets his first of the day.
You know, it's a good move from Ryan Smith, the Heidelberg coach, because they had Dale Nolan and Caleb Tiller in the forward line as the two key forwards, but I have not seen anything of Tiller today. Yep. So Cosgriff, get him up there, get his hands on the ball, and try and get him involved in the game, because they need a second forward target.
It just makes Violato now more accountable as well, knowing that they can go through Cosgriff, gets that early goal, and it just ensures that next time he's tighter on him. It's 37 plays 74, Northcote Park in front. Nolan now one at the middle, kicks it long, but again Lorenzetti getting across. He's playing a great game. Handballs out in front into space. The foot race on. Polwick up against Carter. Carter just spotted him off and allowed Hogan to get in. He in turn handballed off to Carter, and it's going to be holding the ball. Incorrect disposal to the umpire, so good work there by Polwick. Got the handball up now, the long kick inside. Who's going to fly? Nolan's got a good run at this one. Ran under the footy, ball spoiled away now. First man to the ball is Chewy Scanlon. Ran into Lorenzetti, but bounced off him. Now he runs into another teammate. He's going to be gone. His two teammates were the ones who held him up there. First it was Lorenzetti. Second time around it was the big man Considine. And now a chance for Cosgriff to make it 2 goals in a minute and game back on.
Suddenly, an X factor has popped up in the Heidelberg forward line. Benny Cosgriff, we haven't seen him down here, as we just said. He's just been moved into the Heidelberg forward line, and 2 opportunities consecutively straight after one another. And now he's got his chance for a second goal in a minute. On the mark is Violato. He doesn't even jump, and that one has been hung out to the right there. Benny Cosgriff, that's very important that you take your opportunities when you're this far down in a grand final. Unfortunately, couldn't put that one through. It's one behind.
Still a good move though. He's done well so far in his first 5 minutes in the forward line, and could potentially pay off for Heidelberg. This is Chewy Scanlon, and he's just gone short to the pocket to McNeese, in the right back pocket. We'll go short into the centre to Davies.
Violato's out now.
Yep.
Violato is free out on this left-hand side, and he goes out to the pocket just a bit behind Violato to Lorenzetti. Lorenzetti doesn't take it on the mark, but
Still
he's got plenty of time. O'Connell now just working his way around defence with a little chip, and Violato eventually comes to that left half back. He goes out wide to Lorenzetti. Lorenzetti goes with a big kick up the line to Wunton, but he can't take the mark, and a good mark taken out the back from McFinn.
As scores reading, Heidelberg 38, trailing Northcote Park 74, long kick up the line. Violato through from the black, couldn't get a hand onto it. Harvey ran into Dale Nolan rather, if I can spit it out, and now Delvorlo ran in and he was tackled, so we'll have the ball up at half back as the umpire takes the ball.
They must get their small forwards involved in this game. You think Heidelberg, if they're going to get back in this contest. Here's one of them, Powick. He grabs it now, goes on the right foot inside forward 50, didn't advantage his teammate. At the front was Hogan, but he was tackled, wrapped up straight away. If he doesn't get it out, he may be pinged. No, he didn't have enough prior opportunity, so there'll be a bounce about 20 metres out from goal. Dangerous spot to have the ball here. Heidelberg forwards have to be aware that they can snag a goal here if they can get clean possession. Lovely work there in the clearances. Lorenzetti gave it over to Scanlon. Chip over the top to Kelly, and now they're out. There's movement further afield, heading in the direction of Wunton, who drifts over the top. Sorry, it was Wunton, it wasn't McEwen. Now handball from Kennedy, gets it out for Heidelberg. Chance here for Logie. Goes with a left foot kick, chips it over the top to Houlihan. He's a good user of the ball. It's going to have to be a good kick. They need goals quickly.
Young's pushing back hard to the square. He's not going to go. He could have the carry in the legs as well. It has to go the best part of 55 metres, you'd say, as you see McEwen pushing back hard now and Violata to get to the top of the goal square as well. As Houlihan sets it up. It's a great kick, and it finds Danny Nolan unopposed. And some lax defending there, allowing Nolan to get inside. He or Polwick, I guess Polwick was covered probably from Carter, but he just made the little decoy lead and allowed Nolan to get inside and take the mark 30 metres out.
Had let us seen that kick, he could have drifted in front, but he was facing away from when the ball was kicked. Now an opportunity for Nolan to come in. Danny Nolan, he puts air into the kick. That is the kick of a champion player. He's put it straight through the middle, and Heidelberg may just be getting back into this game.
You know, that was great work from Kennedy. He was 2-on-1, outnumbered, just outside his defensive 50 at centre half back, and he won the contest, got the handball off, and that's what began that play. And good work from Kennedy in defence. He's a great player, Kennedy. I mean, he sweeps up, but he can take the key forward as well, and he's a great asset to have in your team. It
was a great spot up there by Houlihan as well, wasn't it? Just to lower the eyes and see Nolan all by himself. Now the margin back to an even 5 goals at 6-8-44, playing 11 goals, 8-74. Northcote Park leading by 5 goals. We've played in this third quarter, 8.5 minutes. Ball up in the air. Gay won the tap down. Nolan ran hard at it, but he couldn't take control. Scanlon now gave the handle out into the path of Morris. Hard head over the ball now. A lot of numbers round. McEwen's trying to get through. He couldn't quite. Ball hits the deck. A lot of numbers around. It's going to be hard to extract. They're going to get through though. Brunelli kick wonderfully smothered though by Brock McLennan. Can cut inside. Well, gee, just got around Brunelli beautifully there. Kicks it long on the lead. Who's at the back? Pappas getting back, but a great mark taken. And the man to take that mark, getting across, it might be Drapak, was it, who's taking the mark. Switching now, they've got numbers on that far side, they can really break on the long lead. Mark, drop though. Hogan can get through now. That was dropped by Ganino, disappointing there. It allows Morris now to get a long kick inside 50, running back with the fly. Paddy O'Connell.
How good's Doug Morris? That disposal by foot is just fantastic going inside 50.
That's disappointing there by Ganino. He was in plenty of space. He marked out. He had numbers to wheel around on the inside. Drops the ball, and now a chance of Patrick O'Connell to go back and kick what would be a half-breaking goal, really, because they've pushed hard for the past 4 or 5 minutes. They've jagged back 2 goals and looking like a good little bit of play of build-up there, and they just couldn't get through. As now O'Connell to kick right in front of the scoreboard. Shot on goal, has plenty of air. It's going to go right across the face of goal. Won't score. In fact, it's out of bounds on the full, so no score registered there. And at the 11-minute mark of the third quarter, it's still Northcote Park leading 74-44.
Ganino's drop mark is one of those small little things that has a big impact, because if he took that mark, Heidelberg were on the break and they could have had a goal from that. Thankfully for them, Northcote Park missed, but there's a smother in the forward 50, but Coleman can't get on the end of that one. But thankfully for Heidelberg, Northcote Park didn't score, because that could have been a coach killer.
Well, haven't scored yet, I think, being the key word. Ball still inside, attacking 50 here for the Cougars. Wanted to fly, Finn came third man up, tapped down only as far as Morris, though. Got the handle at Scanlon. He could score from here. Standing start, kick from 45 is going to land right at the top of the goal square. Last on the fence, a great solid mark taken by Jason Kennedy. And Kennedy now, which way is he going to go? Told to play on by the umpire, went to that far side. Lovely spot up, flying over the top, unable to take the mark there. It looked like it was the ball open. The ball still got out wide to Drapak. How will he use this one? It's a long raking kick into the space of Cosgrove. Foot race against Violato. Boundary line beats both. Ball out of bounds at half forward here for the Tigers. Still trailing by 30 points. Half-time lead was, of course, 31 in favour of Northcote Park.
You still feel like the best ball users at Heidelberg haven't got involved enough here. They need to get their hands on the footy more regularly. Maybe the inside midfielders need to hand the ball out to them on a more regular occurrence. But Northcote Park, it's all them at the moment. Brock McLennan breaking through. Tackled very nicely there by Callanan. Leder lays another tackle there in the middle of the ground. It's going to be a bounce. That
was great by both players. McLennan was attacked it, but that tackle as well, to not get in the back as well. He could have easily been a bit overzealous in his attempt, but he rolled, and it was a sensational attack in the footy by both players. And again, McLennan, he's been instrumental since moving on the ball. Wins another clearance, kick long though, but it's only as far as Brunelli, who took the mark at half-back, plays on straight away, the Drapak on the left boot, kicks it up the line and finds, is that Logie on that far side? Cut inside, ball hits ground level, no mark paid, handball off inside now. Houlihan right in the centre circle, kicking, looking for Powick. He's going to work back, the double lead. Did well there against Carter. Handball off to Houlihan, who kept running. Show some candy. Show it again. This will be a great goal from Houlihan. Does the hard work. Kick on goal, fades. Deserves the goal. 2 dinky little shows of the footy, and run around 2 would be smotherers, but he just couldn't do the final little act there, and that was put the ball through for a goal. But Heidelberg certainly mounting their charge here. Margin back to 29 points, 6-9-45 to 11-8-74.
Little chip in
dangerous kick.
Sorry, Tommy, a little chip in ball to Davies, but he dropped the mark, but he's been paid the free kick, and he'll have it in the centre of defence. He's got Leder out wide, but he goes a little bit more inboard to Carter, who takes a mark at the left half back.
Inside if he wants him.
He goes to McNeese instead at centre half back, who goes out wide and finds Hogan on the outer side. This is good work from Northcote Park. They can now run up the far side. Hogan goes with the right foot kick up to the wing. And a good mark, dropped the mark in the end there. Northcote Park, it's on the ground. Heidelberg, McGay's in there. Ball's on the ground. It's been a free kick awarded to Northcote Park.
Too high, copped Rajab in the head. And now he'll go back. Mick Gay on the mark. Rajab goes with a high right foot kick up into the forward hot spot. Great one-handed mark at the back taken by Kennedy. And now that handball was terrible. Put Brunelli under serious pressure, but they're going to get out. They've got men on the outer side. Good work there by Drapak, and it's not a bad ball. Hits him nice and low. I thought he got it on the half volley, but it was paid a mark. Handball over the top is dangerous. Hospital handball. Carter almost had his man there. And again, Blair Harvey in a bit of trouble. Good tackle by Carter. Is he going to get the free kick?
Yeah, high one paid. That's going to be 50 as well.
Oh.
Going to go against Carter, and this could put Harvey within scoring distance as he approaches or gets that 50-metre advancement. Perhaps might be just beyond him actually. The mark's going to be still outside 50 metres, but certainly now if he can spot up a target, they'll be within scoring reach. And he goes quickly, and he's found one, and getting inside and taking the mark now for the Tigers inside 50. It looks like it might be Cullinan who's pushed forward, or is it Shields? As good work there by Harvey, got it on quickly, knew he couldn't afford the Northcote Park defenders to push back hard, and he finds Cullinan 40, by the time he kicks it 40 metres out from goal, and this could now trim the margin back to 23 points.
12 goals so far this year for Chris Cullinan. He comes in for what is obviously the most important of his goals opportunities this year, and that one is long, it's high, and it's fading sadly for Heidelberg. They're frittering away the opportunities. They've had plenty of the ball inside their forward 50 at the start of this second half, but they haven't been able to put away the shots. And a long kick from Scanlon is beautiful and finds Kelly right in front of our commentary position. He can go over the top to Leder, but Powick's now manned him up, so he may have to go longer down the ground. Kelly on the left half-back flank here for Northcote Park. He's got his skipper Bronick Davies further afield, also the ruckman Flynn, been told to play on now, so he just goes back, switches across the goals, finds Ben McNeese. Switch again is going to reach the man in Lorenzini. He takes a bounce, runs away. He loves to use that left foot, so we'll look for him to change his angle now. He does go with the left foot out long towards Hogan, almost lands on his chest. Good work by Drapak, nice defensive work. They should get it out of here. They've got the numbers here, Heidelberg. Good tackle by Hogan. Noldrit's going to have to whack in hard to get the ball back here for Northcote. Oh, great work by Kelly to get through, and McLennan runs into the open goal and pops it through. Brock McLennan, another goal for Northcote Park, his first of the day. Sensational movement of the footy.
That right there is the exact coaching there of Jason Heatley in action. Kelly had the ball, everyone in the crowd saying, kick it down the line, kick it down the line, move it on. There was no reason to do that. Finn and Gade worked behind the ball, kick the ball across the face of the goal, finds McNeese, in turn finds Lorenzini. They go coast to coast. McLennan ends up kicking the goal. How did they kick that? They would have been swallowed here or fisted out of bounds by Finn or Gay. As it turns out, a goal is as a result, and that really hurts Heidelberg after two missed opportunities.
And every one of the players in that piece of play are fantastic ball users, so sensational stuff, getting all the right players involved at the right time. Kelly, a high ball, the half forward, a chance again here for Northcote Park, but a great mark taken there by Jess Sinclair. We know how good he is, and he goes with a left foot kick out to the wing, finds the man running in Danny Nolan, takes a bounce, goes with the right foot inside forward 50, almost a mark over the top there to Ganino, but a good handball from Scanlon, releases Carter, and now they're out here again, Northcote. They're moving beautifully, finds Kelly on the wing. He's just stayed in that same spot pretty much the whole quarter. That's a grubby kick. Oh, Nordrit picks it up on the half volley, tries to get it to McLennan. Finn stops that from happening. Kelly goes again for another effort, but it's out of bounds on the outer side, and we'll have a throw in the grand final. 46 plays 80, Heidelberg trailing Northcote Park.
Just with what you were saying before, Sam, with Jason Heatley's coaching tactics, the one thing I noticed is that Northcote Park will always switch the ball in their defensive 50, and that's to set the play up further afield. So like you said, Kelly didn't go further afield because Finn and Gay had set up behind the ball, so they switched in defence.
Here he is.
But here's Heidelberg now on the run. Harvey goes through the middle, finds a target, but he just can't take the mark in the end. And Considine does well in defence to mop up, and Northcote Park will come out the outer side. This is Scanlon with plenty of run on the outer wing. Right kick up to the flank. Kick just a bit too heavy and falls in the arms of a Heidelberg player. And they come out the near side now to Houlihan. He's got Powick ahead of him and he goes there. Powick has to take it on the bounce. He does. Right for kick now. Goes, his player just slipped over. That was Cullen and just slipped over at the last moment. Violato, underground handball to Carter. Back to Violato. Carter now clears it out of defence. Goes up to centre half back. McEwen's there. Good work from the Heidelberg player. That was Shields. He goes over to Tiller. We haven't seen him today. He goes inside 50 now. Almost taking the mark there was Young. He can't take the mark. Ball's on the ground now. Young's in it again. Good kick off the ground from O'Connell, and it should go out. Well, it's still remaining inside Samazito.
In the hands of Delidio. We'll give you a chop out. A long passage of play now in the hands of Matty Delidio. Takes a bounce. Long kick. Will it have the carry? It doesn't quite. And getting across and taking the mark. There was Sinclair. Cosgrove was in plenty of space there from that Tiller kick. He went for Young, who had the two defenders on him, but at the back was Cosgrove running in on goal. So opportunity missed there, but the ball now still at half back. Houlihan forced the play. He's tackled straight away. Somehow got a handball out. Brunelli now just thumps the ball in the boot, but it's going to be a sea of white jumpers of Northcote Park. Violato flew in, couldn't quite take the mark. Hacked out of the ground, inside 50. Hogan's by himself though, gets the ball, handball outside now.
Clever.
The calm man is McNeese, thumping the ball. Well, he's given Davies a task, he won't be up to it because getting in front and taking the mark is Sean Logie. Goes quickly. Can he find Healy? He can, but he's deep in the pocket now. And, he took the mark probably 2 metres inside the boundary line, and he's going to have to kick it the best part of 40 metres here. He's side trailing at the moment, 46 to 80. It's a 34-point deficit. The Cougars have actually won this quarter despite Heidelberg's dominance over the past 10 minutes. As Healy comes in right in front of the fans. They're giving him plenty of advice. Shot on goals going across the face. Will it be fisted through for a point? Been close to the mark, but the umpire had adjudged it to be over for a behind. So minor score there for the Tigers. Heidelberg 6-11-47. Northcote Park 12-8-80. 33 points separating the sides now. 20 minutes played, third quarter. Tom Flanagan.
Paul Scanlon now at fullback, once again doing the kicking duties as he has done pretty much all year. He chips it in short, finds Carter. He's between fullback and centre half back, and that's a beautiful kick through the corridor, finds Matt Deledio. They love using their ball users through the middle of the ground, and that kick from Deledio probably didn't have enough on it to find Rajab, and he just parried it out of bounds on the half volley.
Cosgrove's been good on Nolan this quarter, hasn't he? A couple of times in the one-on-one contest. We mentioned earlier before, he's actually the courage to actually outmark him as well, but just got the fist in earlier in the quarter as well when Nolan looked like marking is now taking away. It was Nolan, handball at the Cosgrove. The going back was now in the hands. Is that Shields had chipped inside. It's a good kick. And it found Logie. So Logie now has to kick this the best part of 45-50 metres.
7 goals so far this year.
Is this within Logie's distance?
I think it is. I think he's going to have just at the carry. I think it's right on his range. But you can see obviously Northcote Park getting plenty of numbers back on the line here just in case. He's going to kick it from just inside. Arches round. Doesn't look like it will have the carry. It's going to fade. Nevertheless, going for the big mark was Gay, but he couldn't control it as such. And it's another ball rushed through for a point. Heidelberg 6 goals, 12-48. Northcote Park 12-8-80. 32 points separating the sides. They can go long here to Kelly. Ball in the hands of Scanlon, as it has been all day from the kick out. Chip short, now goes sideways and finds Jake Mills, who's been quiet Mills, but been used in a different role. Haven't really seen him up forward so far today. Goes across to Scanlon. They've worked it out well because they've released the player now. It looks like it's Paddy O'Connell. Almost a stagnant bounce there. Chip inside, finds Deledio. They're just so calm with the footy, aren't they? Yep. Never panicking. And when they are ever forced to go, they know they can just go long. They've got plenty of targets to kick it to, and that's what Deledio does now, but it doesn't go long. In fact, he has a man in plenty of space. It's Naldrit in the red boots. Naldrit goes inside, and it's found as Rajab. Rajab on that far wing. Centres the ball up now. McEwen's going to have to fly. It did. Finn got the spoil. Now the hack kick out of the defensive 50 is going to be cut off again by Carter, and he's going to send it back in with a bit of interest, and he finds the leading teammate in Coleman just inside the boundary line. Kicked the first goal this quarter, which was his 5th of the day. Coden Coleman.
Very hard to defend when Coden Coleman's leading like that.
And he now goes sideways, and now we've got the ball in O'Connell's hands. You know, he's still the only multiple goal kick on the ground so far today. That's a great kick by O'Connell, and taking the mark now is Nabi Kelly. I'm mistaken, Joey Wunton's kicked multiples, and now an opportunity for Nabi Kelly to get his second goal of the afternoon, and in fact it would be his first goal of the afternoon. He kicked the other one to Wunton, and this could well be a sealer if he can put this one through.
With all the players are inside forward 50, Northcote Park, they pre-anticipated that switch of play. They were out on the far side, they came inside to the centre of the ground, but all the players had already started moving to the left, so they anticipate those switches of play, and now Nabi Kelly's going to have a shot from goal from about 40 metres out.
Nabi Kelly coming in now. This will be his first goal of the day if he can put it through. He comes in with the long run up, puts a bit of air in the kick. It's sailing high in the breeze. It's going to get there. It's a goal to Nabi Kelly, and Northcote Park are looking closer and closer to that elusive premiership. Sensational stuff here in the third quarter. They have extended their lead slightly, and what a fantastic effort here today by Northcote Park so far.
23 and a half minutes played. Third quarter. It is the premiership quarter, of course, and again Northcote Park extending the lead. 13-8-86, leading Heidelberg 6-12-48, a 38-point ball game. They've won every quarter today, and as we move deep into this third, they've extended their lead since half-time. Ball bounced in the middle. McEwen up against Finn. Finn won the tap down, but only as far as Morris. Morris to Mills, can get it back, but Mills, well, he took on his own teammate there. Showed some dash. Kick up is a beauty to Naldrit. Just ran under it. Fell to Flynn. Flynn handballs off. Kick the goal. Now who is this running through? It looks like it's Rajab. Shot on goal, fade. So minor score there. Lovely build up probably deserved better, but good pressure applied. Forced the kick to spray wide. Minor score, Northcote Park 13-9, 87. Heidelberg 6-12, 48.
Brunelli now coming out from half-back, takes 2 bounces, goes on the left foot out to the wing position, looking for his target over the top there, and that was Ganino. He's going to get a free kick because Carter infringed. He just chopped his arms as he was going up for the mark there, Ganino. Now Ganino can swing around onto his right foot if he likes, and he does that now. Goes long towards the forward line. Big pack forming here, Finn and Nolan there involved, but good work by the defenders, Considine and McEwen, knocking that one out of bounds at half full.
He's been good today, McEwen. Just made those ruckmen accountable all day, and now he's going to contest this ruck contest. He's up against Finn. He's got front spot. He wins it to the front, but it's Dale Nolan who won the ball out. Kicks it now. It's going to be a hold. It's going to go against Michael Gate, and Violato wins the ball. He's quickly off his mark now, and they've got spread through Mills. Mills can go straight away to Kelly or Morris. Elects to go with the ladder. I can't believe this kid is 18 years old. Look at the size of him. He kicks it looking for Wunton. Couldn't find him. Tiller kept it in, allowed Wunton to steal the ball back. Got it off to Kelly, who's been great since returning today. Kicks it long. Mark almost taken to the back there by Coleman. Getting in support there is Rajab. Dratback did well to keep it in. He's away, but he's got to be gone now, surely. Got a handball away somehow. Ball falls to the front of the pack. Rajab locks it in. A bit fortunate there probably, but nevertheless, good effort there by Dratback. He's trying to make something happen. It just wasn't quite there in the end, and they'll have the ball up deep inside the Cougars, attacking 50. A free kick's been plucked out after all of that, and it's going to go to Noldrit. So it must have been for a high one amongst that pack there. And Noldrit now from deep in the pocket, a pretty tough attempt this one will be. He'll have to kick it the best part of 45 metres, end up on the boundary.
Just the one goal this year for Michael Noldrit. Wouldn't kick one many more important than this. That one is high and it goes long, but it's not going to carry towards the goals. It's just faded out to the right and off the hands for one behind.
13 goals, 10-88 Northcote Park. Heidelberg 6-12, 48, 40-point lead. Of course, the highest lead of the game was 43 points early in this quarter. As the ball now works its way up to the wing, Danny Nolan, who's tried his absolute hardest today. That's a beautiful kick, running back. Oh, we're getting back. That is a fine mark by Carter. He looked beaten for all money there. He somehow got back. He stubs his toe, but it's fortunate that it lands in the hands of Lorenzini. He gets it onto McEwen, who flicks it out to Morris. A lovely measured kick to Noldrit. Now it's out widest to Bronick Davies, the running captain, kicks up and looking for Flynn. His hands are a bit hard there. Now Crumb there by Houlihan. Chips inside, absolute shocker. Mills takes the mark, handballs it on to Davies. It was a good run down there. That was by Nolan. It allowed Brunelli to get in now, steal the footy, kick up the line, looking for was that Shields? He got it outside, stolen by Mills. Siren sound. So what was a great quarter of footy.
Morris was just standing there, just got the handball from Mills at 50. He was about to launch open the goal when that siren went. And
at 3-quarter time, Northcote Park will have managed to extend that lead again in the third quarter. They've won every quarter, and now really it's a case that it's Northcote Park's premiership to lose. At 3-quarter time, Northcote Park 13-10-88. Heidelberg is 6 goals, 12-48. Tommy's going to take us through the goal kickers and then we'll go to a break. In fact, I'll take us through it. It's Coleman with 5 goals, Wunton with 2, Hogan, McLennan, Carter, Pappas and McEwen have 1, and it's 1 each to Houlihan, Healy, Nolan, both Nolans and Del Borlo for Heidelberg. But at 3-quarter time, Heidelberg 6-12-48, trailing Northcote Park 13-10-88 on your local station 88.6 Plenty Valley FM.
He's going to have a bigger impact in this last quarter.
So the umpire holds the ball aloft and we are underway here in the final quarter of the Division 1 A-grade grand final. It's 88-48, Northcote Park's favour. They're going to win the first centre clearance through Danny Rajab. Long thumping kick, Coleman stands under it, Dratback flew over him. It's going to be a free kick in the back. The crowd don't like it, but it was probably an unrealistic attempt in the end. Didn't get a hand on it. And Nabi Kelly, well, he kicked the last goal of the game from a 45-metre set shot, and this time here he's going to have to probably kick it a metre or two further, but the angle is certainly more kind this time around.
Yes, certainly, and Nabi Kelly, we know he can kick a long ball, but as you said, it is a couple of metres further, but this would basically put the game to bed, you'd say. Can't come back from 46 points down in the last quarter. You wouldn't think, at least, they have to kick 8 goals unanswered should Nabi Kelly put this one through. So in he comes now. He's got a long run up, the Brett Lee style run up. and he's starting to get into his jog now. And to extend the margin to 46 points, he's going to be kicking from right on the 50-metre line. He puts a lot of air into this kick. It's high, and it's long, and it's straight-ish, but not straight enough, and it's faded out to the right for one behind.
And the margin now out to 41 points, 13-11-89, plays 6-12-48. Harvey just plays on from the kick out and goes long. It's a good kick too. Well, Favy's he's a teammate, but he just jumped probably a bit too early there. The mark's taken there by Rajab again, who's been good today. Rajab, very lively, goes deep in the pocket, and O'Connell takes the overhead mark. Hemmed up on the boundary. He's a beautiful kick though, O'Connell. I know his earlier attempt at goal wasn't the greatest, kicked it out of bounds on the full, but he's a beautiful kick of the ball. And at the very least now, I know it's early in the term, but he's just winding off seconds off the clock even further again as we approach the 2-minute mark of this term. And Northcote Park leading by 7 goals. O'Connell comes in now. Kick on goal. It's going to not quite have the carry. McEwen's going to fly. Getting in and taking the fist over for a point was by Finn, but the free kick going against McEwen there for a push in the back, and looks like it's going to be Michael Gay to get the free kick on the goal line.
So Gay has it at full back now for Heidelberg. Coleman's on the mark, but Gay decides to go out to the outer side. It's a high ball. There's plenty of players under this one for Northcote Park. They almost take the mark there, Northcote Park, but Heidelberg should come away with this one, and they go up the wing now.
Out in full now, good pressure there. That was Tiller again. You can see he's been used down back, but even that situation, you mentioned it from the call, it was a 3-on-2 situation. They've gone long and quickly trying to move the ball on, but even still, drop the ball 3-on-2. Northcote Park favoured by numbers. As well now, it's going to be taken by Hogan. We're just waiting for it to be extracted from over the fence. When it finally came in, it was about 10 metres over his head as well. So Hogan goes and fetches the footy. As his side leads this contest here by 41 points, 48-89. Anthony Hogan got it off to Scanlon, who chipped up for Rajab, who took a big chest mark. And now he goes inside looking for, going for Coleman. He ran under the footy. Handball outside now, stolen. That's by Morris. He's just going to stand up in the tackle, and we'll have a ball up. 30 metres out from Northcote Park's goal. A goal he would certainly clinch it as Gay, the backhander at the back of the pack, looking for Sinclair. O'Connell races for the footy as well. Kept in. Sinclair now gets a kick over the top. Isn't quite going to find a teammate. It won't. Getting inside Scanlon. Handball off. Got it to Hogan. Up and under kind of kick. It's going to land 30 out from goal. Wunton flew. Couldn't take it cleanly. Ball wrapped inside now, and we'll have yet another ball up. This time about 20 out from Northcote Park's goal. 3.5 minutes played, final quarter.
Umpire to throw it up once again. It's going to be McEwen going up against Gay. McEwen won that one down, got it to Wunton, breaking through his Coleman, gave us a handball, tried to find his teammate, but nice work by Mickey Finn, tried to kick it out, but it was partially smothered and out of bounds for another boundary throw in the left forward pocket.
Heidelberg only have about 6 players ahead of the ball. They've just thrown everyone back. I think they just want to stop the flow of goals from Northcote Park, because they know if they do that, well, they have a minuscule chance of coming back in this game, but I think they just don't want any more goals conceded against them as this ball comes out to the 50-metre line, but it's going to come straight back in from, a good smother there. It was going to come straight back in, but a good smother there from the Heidelberg defender. Harvey now tries to get the kick away, but it was smothered. Letters in there. Violato taps it on. He gets it back now. He goes with a little chip kick inside 50. Kelly's running onto this one. Just sits up for him and he gets it back. He's on the right half forward flank. A right foot kick on goal. It's going to fade. It's going to fade away. Pappas almost went for the leap, but just spoiled over the line for one rush behind.
So 7 straight kicks now separate the sides. 13-12-90, plays 6-12-48. Gee, they're teetering on the brink here now. I reckon they get one. It could be a flow-on effect as well, as they're just peppering the goals. They're going to get a chance now. Lorenzini couldn't quite break through. Great tackle, unrewarded. Ball hits the ground again, in and amongst it there. He's at Coleman at the bottom of the pack. There's a lot of numbers around him. Nolan and Houlihan tackling. In fact, it was Morris at the bottom of the pack. But you just get the feeling they've kicked 2 points here, but if they can get one, it could open the floodgates. Hopefully not the case, as Harvey now, beautiful handball over the top to Drapak, kicking to a leading target, Cosgrove. He's been good since moving forward. He's given a target, marks on the wing in front of Carter. Can he go on quickly? Sends the ball long. Nolan has to sit under it. Big mark taken at the back of the pack though by Michael Finn. He marked it 40 metres out. Handball off to Powick. Cuts inside on his non-preferred boot. Wasn't pretty, and it just manages to go through for a minor score. Ran onto the right side, and he probably shouldn't have cut back in. He was on the right, the preferred foot, and tried to do that a little cut inside, went onto his non-preferred and missed the opportunity. He scores now 6-13-49 Heidelberg. Northcote Park 13-12-90.
Now moving out from fullback, McNeese gave a handball to Scanlon after Scanlon kicked it into McNeese. Now on the half volley, they're playing around with it half back. Violado wasn't convincing with his handball there, and now Powick has got Houlihan on his own on left half forward. A nice little kick around the corner, finds an experienced player, Jess Sinclair, and he can line up for his first goal of the day.
So Jess Sinclair, haven't called his name too often today, a chance to get his name on the goal sheet and be his side's 7th of the afternoon. And with the 6-minute mark of the final quarter, as Sinclair comes in, we know he's a beautiful kick of the football. On that lovely left foot kick, it's straightening. It might have just missed to the near side. I think the umpire likes it. It's not enough for a goal. Well done, Jess Sinclair. Puts it through, and Heidelberg has its 7th. Tigers 7-13-55. Northcote Park 13-12-90. And they'll need a couple like that in quick succession to get back into this contest.
He's been uncharacteristically quiet, Jess Sinclair. He's usually played as how Nick Carter is played for Northcote Park. Running off half-back, moving up the wing and just trying to hit up forward targets. But he hasn't been using that role today, and it's been rather quiet because he's a good player and he's used very well. Has been used very well in the past of Heidelberg.
He hasn't been alone, Jess Sinclair. He's had a lot of mates who haven't had the greatest day here today. That one down by Gay, trying to barrel his way through a lot of players in the middle of the ground. Gave it out to Naboot. This is better. Logie couldn't take it cleanly though. Now Nolan working his way through traffic. Does very nicely. The Heidelberg best and fairest winner, and he goes inside forward 50 now. Over the back, there's a free kick paid. It's going to go against Cosgriff, and now Northcote Park are out again. They're moving onto the wing position. Running after this one is Scanlon. He's got help from McLennan if he wants him, but the boundary line beats both of them, and it's out of bounds on the outer side of the ground.
Scanlon was just pleading for that ball to stay in. He had acres of space if it had of, but ball goes out of bounds. Throw in now, centre wing. Brought in. Who's going to do the ruck? But Gay's going to win it down. We actually just grabbed it and just handled it on 20 metres. Volleyball there from Hogan. Got it onto Scanlon. He's wrapped up by 2 tacklers. Ball spills out. Running onto it now is Ganino. Ganino sends it long. There's all numbers with Northcote Park. Carter got across courageously. Was smashed. Fairly so. Now the quick kick came out on goal. It's going to end up out of bounds on the full. As Carter got up okay. It was a heavy hit. It might have come from Cosgrove going at the footy there. 2 players just intent on getting the foot in there. A great clash and shoot, I guess, as Lorenzini now kicks out from the fence, goes long on that left foot kick and getting over the top and dropping probably what he should have taken. The end might have been Scanlon at the ground level. Now he's wrapped up and the ball not moving anywhere, and we'll have a ball up in front of the pocket there in front of the Kramer Street Hotel. It's 55 playing 90, Northcote Park's favour, 8.5 played, final term. Which way is this footy going to go? Davies is inside there as well, dives on top of it, and he's locked inside. So for Heidelberg, those every minute that wastes down, just the chances of any sort of comeback just diminish even further. There's the ball now one out by Scanlon, wrapped up as he tries to barge through, and the ball not moving again. Tom Flanagan, let's try and get this footy away.
Yeah, 35-point game here at the moment, midway through the last quarter. Heidelberg, is there any pulse there? I doubt it, but Northcote Park still trying to break through this pack. That was Hogan trying to get a handball out. Now Morris trying to lay a tackle. Good work by Houlihan to get it inside to Cosgriff. He gives off a little handball, and now a chance here for a goal for Heidelberg. That one is long. It's not going to be strong, but almost a mark taken there on the goal line. But Considine working hard to get it out of there. Good kick off the ground there by O'Connell, but nice pick up there on the deck from Kennedy. He swings it round the corner. It's not going to get there. Good mark taken on the goal line. Now they'll move out from fullback. Good work. He finds Rajab out there on the left half-back flank.
That probably just typifies the day. Dale Nolan did so well there. Had the body position, then the ball just spilled out probably the regulation chest mark. He done so well to get body position, but he just couldn't finish it off as Davies now goes outside to Violato, grandstand side as the shadows start to emerge. Handballs to O'Connell, makes him work for it. Ball drops out now. Which way is it going to go? It's wrapped up, says the umpire. Violato probably wishing he had his time again on that one there. 55-90. Ball at half forward for Heidelberg. Who's going to fly? Daniel Flynn taps at boundary side. Harvey gets there first, wrapped up by Davies. Still got it out to Borlo. Now Nolan the cut inside, kicks it to the hot spot. It's going to favour Rajab though, and Rajab takes a strong overhead mark and he plays on straight away. Cuts inside to Carter. Now he can go, Carter. He can take a bounce, which he does, and just runs away from Alan Young. Goes up looking for Pappas over his head. Who's it going to fall to? Jackson. Handball outside. Gee, the man's fallen over there. Allows the ball to be wrapped up. Can McLennan break through? He can't quite. Now he's at the bottom of the pack. Gets a handball out. Almost a shovel out, you'd say. Falls to Coleman. Can snap onto his right here. He slips over. He's wrapped up. So much pressure around this footy. Drops out from Tiller. Boundaries probably needed. Kept in though. Brunelli on his non-preferred, kicks it out of bounds on the full. And a chance now for Brock McLennan. He is a left footer, so this won't favour him.
He might go the check side here, Brock McLennan. No, he's giving it off to Nabi Kelly. That's a nice cheeky one there from Brock McLennan. Nabi Kelly to now take the kick. He's very deep in the pocket. It's a very difficult kick from this position, but he runs around now, goes on the right foot, swings it round the corner, it's straight through the middle. And Northcote Park are going to win the Div1 2012 Grand Final. And great stuff there from Nabi Kelly. He's kicked his second of the day, and what a sensational performance.
It was a great goal there, and a bit of fortune there, I guess, that he happened to be the man closest to that play when it went out to full. Wouldn't have favoured McLennan on the left, but Kelly was able to take it, run around on his right, snap through the goal, and Jordan, you'd have to think that's about all she wrote with the scoreboard at Northcote Park. 14-12-96, Heidelberg 7-13-55, 11 and a half minutes played, final quarter.
You'd think so. That was a good goal from Nabi Kelly right up against the boundary line, but Flynn in the centre to do the ruck work. Goes out the way of Heidelberg, and Houlihan now goes up to the right half forward flank, hits up a target, and Heidelberg hopefully to pull a goal back here just for consolation's sake. They go inside to the hot spot, but plenty of Northcote Park players coming back. They affect the spoil, and they'll clear out a defence here at Northcote Park. It comes out to the centre of the ground, unintentionally topped, I think, to Will Drapak in the centre of the ground. Heidelberg go back inside 50, but that's just a poor kick from Drapak, and he hasn't had the best of days. Delidio now has it at half back for Northcote Park.
I wouldn't think it'd be too long a quarter either. They've only had the 2 goals so far, one apiece. Wunton worked under it. Drapak did well. Umpire said no, it was touched. So Drapak has to handle inside to sink. They waited under it, got it back to Drapak. They're under immense pressure here. He kicks, looking for Houlihan, just gets there. And Houlihan can open up the ground now, runs into the centre square, can give it off to Sinclair, who has to go quickly on the left foot. Again, another unintentional torpedo, and getting across and taking a fine mark for Northcote Park is Julian Violato. And Violato goes quickly. He's got Delidio all by himself. Can cut inside to Davies or go longer to Wunton. Goes a longer option. It's a better one, but Wunton spills an absolute sitter. With, well, I guess if the game was on, you would have heard the crowd go up in arms, but I think the Northcote Park fans know that they've probably got 2 hands on the cup now, leading by 41 points midway through this final quarter. Who would have thought this? 8th at round 10. The Cougars look like going on to win the premiership. Ball now. One forward by Harvey, but only as far as Carter. Gee, almost just drops the footy, but he's pushed in the back, and he'll win a free kick against Reece Healy.
I think we should reflect on that briefly. This is just an incredible story. They were absolutely gone halfway through the year. As you said, after round 10, they were 8th on the ladder, looked nowhere near it. And this amazing run, they've only dropped 1 game in the back end of the year, and this has just been a fantastic effort by everyone concerned at Northcote Park.
They'll become the first team since the Northern Football League started to win a premiership from outside the top 3. Of course, having to win every final to get here today. As the ball now in the middle of the ground with John Shields, swung onto the left, snapped it beautifully to Nolan. Now they've got run. Logie chips it up, and he's going to find Healy unopposed. 30 metres out from goal, Reece Healy. He kicked the goal in the first quarter when he actually kicked Heidelberg's first goal when he was found unmarked. It was took advantage, I guess, from the Dale Nolan free kick, and now a chance to get one late here or midway through this final quarter. He's side trailing by 41 points.
So Healy from about 30 metres out for a consolation goal. It'll be his first of the day, and he's pushed it out to the left. So that's just one behind.
I cannot believe how many shots Heidelberg have just had fade. I mean, they don't shank many of their kicks, but they just fade across, and the kicking hasn't been very straight today.
7-14 is a reflection of that. 7-14, 56 to 14-12, 96 as Lorenzini really just lopes out of the back line now, and he gets the defensive 50 and goes long. It's a kick, well, going one-handed there was O'Connell. Ball falls Heidelberg's way. Young goes long now inside 50. There's absolutely no one home. A sea of Cougars jumpers there and taking the mark and going quickly now with McNeese into the space of Delidio. Delidio's got Hogan who's run on hard here, puts it out in space, and Hogan's going to mark right on the wing, gets a round of applause from his adoring supporters. There's 15 minutes now to tick over, kicks it up, looking for Pappas at ground level, couldn't control it. Crowd wants on the full, but hit just above the knee, and we'll have a throw in.
And they truly deserve this, don't they? They've done it the hard way. They beat West Preston in the first week of the finals. They beat Bundoora in the second week of the finals. They beat Monty in the third week of the finals. And now they're going to beat Heidelberg in the grand final. They've done it the hard way, beating the best teams, and they thoroughly deserve this premiership.
They've had to beat everyone that's in the final series, haven't they? As Carter takes too long, and that's a great tackle by Powick. And the free kick now to be taken in the centre square for Justin Powick of Heidelberg. Told to go now. He kicks it long, looking for Nolan. Has to wait under this. Violato's going to fly almost to a great mark. I reckon it's going to be a free kick to Nolan though. He was pushed out of it, and he's going to get it now 50 metres out from goal. We've seen him just not quite make the distance from two shots in a similar position in the second term. You wonder if he didn't have the distance then, if he'll have it now in the last quarter.
Probably deserves to be their first multiple goal scorer of the day.
He's presented hard all day, but in the end, I guess the lack of forward 50 entries has certainly played a part in that, but also probably a real lack of another presence to really give him a chop at. He's going to go to the torpy, Nolan, and the kick will... He gets fair purchase on it. It's still not going to quite have the carry. Ball hits the deck. Now Powick at the front of the pack. Couldn't control it. Healy has a quick snap on goal. It goes right across the face of goal and out of bounds on the full, in fact. Kick in to be taken for Northcote Park by Sean Lorenzini with the scoreboard reading 7-14-56 to 14-12-96.
18 minutes gone here in the last quarter of the grand final. Long kick out from fullback from Lorenzini. Tried to find Flynn and Hogan out there. Heidelberg will reload. Sinclair's got the ball now at right half forward. Goes with a left foot kick inside. Tries to find Young over the back. Powick almost took the mark as well. Healy grabbed it, snapped towards goal. That one's going to dribble and roll. End over end ball through for one behind. Just faded to the left.
Just clipped the post and a minus score, so margin now at 39 points. The Stings certainly just come out of this game here. I think the conclusion now is understandable for both sides here as Northcote Park kick out duties left with Lorenzini. A beautiful kick to Carter, and look at the switch they can get here. Davies in miles of space. They can cut inside now. They should go coast to coast here. Wunton marks right in the centre circle. He could go all the way himself if he wants to. Runs to 60. Could have gone further. Right to the line goal.
All the way.
Unbelievable. What a way to cap off a premiership. Joey, wouldn't you deserve it? His third goal of the day. He just hammered that from 60 metres out. Probably could have run another 20 metres.
Have we seen a quicker goal than that all season? Lorenzini from the kick out went 55 metres down to Carter. Carter chips inside to Wunton. Two bounces from 60. Another goal. Northcote Park now reached triple digits, and they are well out in the clear now. The Cougars are going to win the 2012 Division 1 Premiership. Northcote Park 15-12-102. Heidelberg 7-15-57.
And Sammy, in the pre-game, you said whoever reaches the triple-digit figures will win the grand final. And it's just about to happen in a few minutes' time when the final siren goes. There wouldn't be too much time left in this final quarter. Flynn and Gay in the ruck to do the ruck battles again. The boots in there as well. He just fends off Leder with one hand, throwing everything forward now. Heidelberg, they know they haven't really got many more chances. They haven't really got any chance at all now to win the grand final, but they're just getting a few goals to make the scoreboard look a bit better on their behalf. Ball's inside forward 50 now, but that kicks off the boot. Is going to go over the boundary line, out of bounds on the full. So Northcote Park will have it in their back pocket, and Lorenzini will take this.
So Lorenzini to bringing the ball back in. He's right on that scoreboard side of the ground. No, it has gone out of bounds. It wasn't out in the full, so the umpire will ball it in.
Hasn't he been good today, Lorenzini?
He's fantastic.
He's a contender for best on ground for mine.
He's one of many contenders for that best on ground award. I don't know who's going to get it, but there's plenty we could name. Blair Harvey tracking this ball. Going after that one also is Kelly. Powick, good hands to Brunelli. Over the top, chance for a goal here. Houlihan will have a set shot for about 38.
So Josh Houlihan for Heidelberg. He's played 19 minutes in the last quarter. 57 plays, 102. Had just 3 goals so far this term. We've had 2 of those go to Northcote Park. The past 2 goals of the game as Houlihan come in. He actually assisted Sinclair for the first goal of the quarter. Comes in now. Shot on goal. Looks pretty good. It's holding its line. It's done enough. Great goal there for Josh Houlihan. And as you can tell from the reaction of the Heidelberg fans below us, that not too much celebration there. It's been a grim afternoon, and Houlihan becomes their first multiple goal scorer as Heidelberg moves to 8-15-63, Northcote Park 15-12-102.
Heidelberg have been fantastic this year. You can't take that away from them. Although they've been off their game today, they have had a fantastic season. But how about Northcote Park as well? I mean, from 8th on the ladder, they finished 4th at the end of the season and now winning the grand final. That's a high ball out of the middle there from Delidio, I think that was. But Rajab will take the mark right in front of us here at right half forward. Just goes with a little chip inside to Paul Scanlon. And he goes to the right foot kick, a low right foot kick out to the pocket. But spoiled over the line there from Adam Jackson.
He nearly hit Mills there, not far away, it was just over his head.
I guess Heidelberg had they actually equalled Northcote Park's record of 4 consecutive premierships when they did that midway through this century. But unfortunately now they've had the past 3 not go their way as well. So a great effort to get here, but they just haven't had I guess the measure of Northcote Park here today is Morris tries to break through. Ball now pushing close to the boundary line. Plenty of numbers around it. Big bump there laid by Shields. Ball slips outside and we'll have another throw in, about 40 metres out from Northcote Park's goal.
You were just talking about Morris. Surely he's a contender for the best on ground as well.
He set the tone early, didn't he, Doug Morris? I don't envy the position of the people who have to nominate that award. As Scanlon now ducked his head and coming in and laying the big tackle again is John Shields. As the crowd almost in celebration mode now from the Northcote Park end. Ball now, one out from the ruck contest there by Gay, but only as far as Deledio swings one back in. Kelly's going to be favoured by it. He just got to the drop of the ball, and Nabi Kelly, well, he's really enjoying this final quarter and a half. He'll go back now and have a shot at goal number 3. He's kicked 2 behinds this term as well as Nabi Kelly, and here's a chance now to really kick a celebratory goal for the Cougars.
And Jordan was saying at the start of the game that they must. Sorry.
Lost your train of thought there.
I did. I was halfway through saying something. I just lost it. Anyway, Nabi Kelly about 40 metres out. I'll come back to that in a sec. And he comes now and would be a fantastic way to sign off this grand final for Nabi Kelly. He's kicked 2. This for his 3rd goal. He's got one behind also, and he's usually a pretty good kick from these set shots. He's done that one beautifully, and it's going to sneak home for another goal. Nabi Kelly gets his 3rd. Northcote are going to win the premiership, and the boys are wrapped. They're all down there giving him a big hug, Nabi Kelly, and what a great way to sign off the grand final for him. Couldn't be long to go now. 22 minutes gone last term.
He couldn't have picked a better spot on the ground. They kicked that one as well, right in front of all the Northcote Park fans of that city end pocket, and he walked straight over to him, gave the big fist pump, and they enjoyed that one. The Cougars now leading 63 to 108.
What I was saying before, Jordan was saying pre-game that the boys must go hard for 100% of the game, and that's what the Northcote Park players have done. They've gone 100% from first quarter to last minute, and that's what's won them this premiership, and they did it through all 4 finals. They're doing it again today. They've been absolutely magnificent, the Northcote Park boys, and what Jordan also said was that the bottom 5 players from the winning team will be the better team throughout the day, and they have been. I think the players that have come off the bench for Northcote have been absolutely sensational, and the Heidelberg boys, they probably just haven't had enough consistent periods throughout the game where they've had their hands on the ball and have been able to use it effectively. That's what I was going to say.
As the season ends prematurely here for John Shields, given a yellow card, and there won't be time enough for him to come back on the field, as the ball now in the hands of Daniel Leder. Can switch it out to the grandstand side, right where the shadows are emerging, and it's Ollie McEwen. Hasn't he been gallant in the ruck today? Given a really good grand effort, really good, probably doesn't do him justice. He's been superb in the ruck today, and he chips in short to Violato, who's been good as well, being able to get across and stop off a number of those forward forays. As Wunton now worked under the foot in a good mark taken there by Caleb Tillen. Wunton might have hurt himself. He's landed or collided heavily with DeBorlo. DeBorlo's up. Wunton just stretching out what perhaps might be cramp now, as the ball now with Brunelli back to DeBorlo.
It's a warm day.
As DeBorlo now 50 metres out from his defensive goal, hemmed up near the boundary. Kicks a long ball up to the wing, underneath it there. Oh, Scanlon, he did the body work. I reckon he's probably got one higher there, and he has against Michael Finn. And Paul Scanlon can cut the ball inside. He actually got Wunton further up the line. Wunton just plays on. He's got a man at the top of the goal square. That's going to be Davies. Will he fly? He stayed down, and Kennedy, well, he couldn't quite take the chest mark. Ball hits the deck. Trickles outside. Somehow McClendon gets it out. Coleman's going to kick number 6.
Oh, wow.
Coden Coleman is a 6-goal hero on grand final day, and Northcote Park is doing it emphatically. 17 goals, 12, 114. Heidelberg, 8, 15, 63. And we may have tipped them pre-game, but I don't think anyone expected Heidelberg to win this contest. It is now by the Northcote Park to win the contest by quite this margin, and it's now 51 points.
And Coden Coleman's just put up his hand for best on ground as well. He already had 5, but I think that 6th one may have just kicked him into that top echelon of players today. He's been absolutely fantastic, Coden Coleman. What a performance. 6 goals in a grand final, in a winning grand final, a premiership for Northcote Park, which this is going to be. 26 minutes gone last quarter. Heidelberg still trying valiantly to get the ball forward. That high kick from Dorbolo is going to go inside. Mark almost taken by Carter. McNeese coming through trying to grab it for Northcote Park. Also Michael Finn getting a handball out. Now they move back through Dorbolo, and Houlihan gets it on the right half forward flank. He goes inside. That's not a bad kick, and he finds a man leading up in Dale Nolan, who will line up for his 2nd goal of the day.
And Nolan now goes back off the mark. Couldn't be too long remaining here. 63 plays 114. So Northcote Park, remarkably, is going to win the 2012
Incredible.
Division 1 A-grade premiership. It'll be their first since the turnover from the Diamond Valley into the Northern Football League. Of course, their last premiership coming in 2002, where they completed the four-peat. They haven't been to grand final day for a long time, and now upon return are going to win on first attempt as Nolan's shot on goal goes through, and he deservedly kicks a second goal of the afternoon, Dale Nolan, and trims the margin back to 45 points. So it's Heidelberg 9-15-69, Northcote Park 17-12-114.
Well, this is going to sting for Heidelberg. They've been runners-up for 3 years in a row now, and this is doesn't reflect well on how good they are, because the past 3 years they have been the best, or one of the best teams in the NFL, and they'd expect, they would have wanted at least a premiership. But again today, they're just the bride.
What a ride, what a journey for the Northcote Park Cougars, coming from 8th on the ladder after round 10 to win the Div 1 premiership for 2012. Houlihan trying to get it out of the centre. Scanlon has been magnificent this year. Another effort from him, but Heidelberg going inside forward 50. Late foray, trying to pick this one up is Violato. He does control it, gets around Finn, slightly more mobile Violato than Finn. Gave it to Carter, got a handball over to Considine, now McNeese, and he switches it out. That's probably not a great kick into the corridor about 20 metres out from the Heidelberg goal. But at ground level, Lorenzini doing pretty well. Got it out to Hogan with a little toe poke, then to Letta, and he feeds a handball bouncing out to Lorenzini, and now he gathers, kicks it straight away up to the wing position. Flynn in pursuit of this one, also Tiller, haven't called his name too much today. Now Brunelli moving through the middle of the ground. Gee, looks like Sharad Wellingham. He gave off a handball to Michael Gay, and now moving through is Cullinan, and he goes with a long ball inside forward 50, and a good mark again taken there by Dale Nolan. We've needed more of this from him this afternoon.
So Nolan now has to kick at 55 metres. He's going to chip in short and get off to his brother Danny Nolan, who has not stopped trying all day, it must be said. And Danny Nolan now a chance to kick what would be his second goal today and get that margin back within 40 points. It's currently standing at 45 in front of the scoreboard, kicking to the Preston market end. Nolan now comes in. It's a slow approach as the siren sounds, and Nolan's shot on goal goes across the face of goal. But congratulations to the Northcote Park Football Club, the 2012 Division 1 A-grade premiers. Final scores here from Preston City Oval. Northcote Park 17 goals 12, 114. Defeated Heidelberg 9-15-69. Just repeating that score, Northcote Park 17 goals 12, 114 has defeated Heidelberg 9-15-69. We'll go through the goal kickers. Goal kickers here today. Colton Coleman ended the day with 6 goals, 3 each to Joey Winton, Nia Burkelly, 1 each then to Hogan, Brock McLennan, Nick Carter, Mitch Pappas and Ollie McEwen. For Heidelberg, 2 each to Dale Nolan, Josh Houlihan, and then singles each to Reece Healy, Jess Sinclair, Danny Nolan, Fabian DeBoer. Boys, we've got to be really brief in our summation, but they've won.
To the 2012 season, a fantastic effort by the Northcote Park Football Club. Never higher than 4th on the ladder for the entire season. Found form when it counts, and have taken away the 2012 premiership. Can we please put our hands together for the players of the Heidelberg Football Club, the Northcote Park Football Club, and the umpires for their performances today. With regards to our umpires, I'd like to call on Director of Umpiring Kevin Smith to present medallions in recognition of their efforts to our umpires today. Our emergency umpire Nathan Lessels, our goal umpires Neville Coots and Max Waters, our boundary umpires Brendan Canty, Nathan Stewart, Nicholas Phillips, and our field umpires David Cameron, Stephen Williams and Campbell McPherson. Today, ladies and gentlemen, the Premiership medallions are in recognition of the White Ribbon Foundation. The White Ribbon Foundation provides campaign awareness for prevention of violence against women. Again, the Northern Football League says no to violence against women. I'd now like to call on the coach of the Heidelberg Football Club, Ryan Smith, to say a few words.
Thanks. Congratulations to Northcote Park, Jason. Fantastic job, mate. You've done a great job there, and all credit to you guys. You were too good today. We knew that your hard-running style of play was going to be hard to match, and that proved true. So, congratulations. You deserve it. You played really well. To our boys, obviously, charismations. We need to regroup now as a footy club and work out, how we're going to win 3 in a row now. So, but to their efforts all year, I think our guys can stand tall with their heads up, led by Stinger, from the front. I know I'm really proud of all your efforts. We had a lot of injuries, and I think it was a good effort to get here, but, we weren't good enough on the day. So, once again, well done, Jace.
I'd now like to call on Northcote Park's 4-time Premiership captain, Matthew Ahmed, to present the award voted by the umpires for the best on ground. Two, best on ground, Northcote Park number 12, Anthony Roden. Now we call on NFL Chairman Tony Top to present the Premiership medallions to the players in numerical order. Number 2, Jake Mills. Number 5, Ben McNeese. Number 9, Matthew Delidio. Number 11, Joseph Warnton. Number 12, Anthony Hogan. Number 16, Brock McLennan. Number 17, Daniel Leder. Number 18, Patrick Considine. Number 20, Patrick O'Connell. Number 22, Nick Carter. Number 25, Paul Scanlon. Number 27, Julian Volado. Number 28, Sean Lorenzini.
Yeah, Papa.
Number 33, Daniel Rajab. Number 35, Coden Coleman. Number 37, Naiburu Kelly. Number 40, Oliver McEwen. Number 45, Michael Naldrett. Number 49, Mitchell Pabis. Number 54, Douglas Marsh. The captain, number 6, Roddick Davies. And the coach, Jason Heatley. First off, just to Ryan and the Heidelberg Footy Club, got nothing but respect for you guys. Keep your chins up. You'll come back, there's no question about that. Blair, full of admiration for you, mate, the way you got yourself up today, mate. Keep your chin up. Just to Jeremy and the NFL, I remember saying a few weeks ago, it's fantastic to come back into the competition and see it so well run and structured. I think as a whole now, we've got to aim to be number 1 in Metro Melbourne. Well done to my footy club. Geez, I'm a proud man, guys. Well done. Enjoy the win and be humble. Mickey O, this one's for you, mate. To present the Simmons Homes Premiership Cup to the Northcote Park Football Club.